I didn't know you pressed it. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm Zell.
And I'm Gallery.
And today we're going to be doing a rant on Attack on Titan characters in general.
Not just one specific one, but just
the problems that are found with many of them.
Mm-hmm. And how you could possibly improve yours. We will be using some examples. We will not give names.
Of characters or who own the characters.
So we don't offend anybody.
Because apparently that's a problem.
Yeah. If you don't make a bad character, don't get offended when people say so.
Seriously.
But anyways.
First topic is pretty general. Going over
appearances.
Yeah, like how the character's structured with hair color, eye color, hairstyles, skin color, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And not just that, but clothing and the uniforms as well.
The biggest thing I tend to see is hair color.
Mm-hmm.
And not only unrealistic colors such as perhaps like a really, really blonde or just something you wouldn't see, but I see hair colors that you could only get from a box.
Mm-hmm. Like bright pink.
Yeah, or even two-toned hair color, and neither of the colors are natural.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think they'd have hair dye.
And if they did, they wouldn't really be concerned about dyeing their hair, especially if they are in the military.
Exactly.
And the fact that they would be if they're in the military, that would, in most militaries, that's against dress code, so
exactly,
you wouldn't be able to do that.
And like, why would you give a character such flashy hair when you see nothing like it in the show? Everyone has a natural hair color.
And I want my character to be different. Well, they can be different in many different ways. Don't go unrealistic, though.
Yeah, they don't wear contacts. They might, like, for vision if they have it. But most of the time you see glasses, or, like, on the genderless character, Hungus? That's what I'm going to call him or her. Probably a mispronunciation, but that's all I got. You're going to find goggles, like, on them.
And given the way they live, I doubt contacts even exist at this point. So let
alone any color.
Yeah, especially if you have, we've seen two different characters that in the show that wear glasses. If they had contacts, they'd be wearing them instead of the glasses, because that's a risk wearing glasses.
Yeah,
you could lose them, break them.
And if your vision is so horrible that you absolutely need them to see, you lose those and you're dead.
Yeah.
You're just dead. And I suppose there could be the argument of contacts, since you're going at such high speeds with the 3D gear and whatnot, that they could dry out, and I hear of contacts dry out and stick to your eye. It's rather painful and difficult to get them out.
It burns.
Oh, does it? Well, still, like, even that's even more of a reason not to have them.
And I doubt they have eye drops for you to fix that too.
Yeah, so. Like, that's okay, guys. Don't you guys get that tight, and I gotta put in my eye drops. Yeah, that wouldn't go.
And contacts fall out too, so.
Do they?
Yeah.
Man. 20/20 vision. Woohoo. So yeah, probably wouldn't be a thing. More likely.
So if your character has bad eyesight, they're gonna wear glasses. Don't be, well, my character wears contacts. No, they don't.
No.
It's not a thing.
And even if it were, it would be a bad idea.
And that leads us into unnatural eye colors.
Yeah, like having pink or
bright orange.
Oh, there was one I saw.
Red.
Yeah, we've seen red. We've seen red with, like, the whole red-black color scheme, which is used a lot. It's kind of the classic, like, badass.
My character's a badass, so they're gonna have black hair and red eyes.
Yeah, like, my first thought is, because we were looking at it, is Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, there was Sonic, the good one, and then there's I just forgot his name. I just said it. Shadow, who's red and black and all evil. Like, and I always see characters like that who have that color scheme, but they're always like dark or whatever.
Yeah, they're always unemotional people that just don't care.
Yeah, and it doesn't look good, really.
Especially in a show where everybody's fairly natural looking. You're not going to find natural red eyes unless you're albino. Exactly. And then you're not going to have black hair. It's going to be white.
And if you're albino, you're probably not going to be in the military. And if you are, you're not going to last long because albinos have weakened immune systems and just typically, I don't mean physically, but just aren't as able as anyone else would be to do those kind of tasks. Something else that we've seen is like two-colored hair, but it's not as if it's been dipped in a hair dye, but like their bangs will be a different color than the rest of their hair.
And for some reason they feel the need to just make that section completely separated from the rest of the hair. Like
Exactly.
It's just bold there.
And it looks so awkward.
Mm-hmm.
It's so out of place.
Plus, you're not going to have natural... That's not going to be natural anyways. And like we said, we doubt hair dye even exists in
this world.
Mm-hmm. So you're not going to get natural bright blue hair and bright pink hair and...
Yeah, this isn't Fairy Tail, guys. Calm down.
Yeah, this isn't Fairy Tail or Naruto or Bleach or whatever anime you're used to watching. This is
Attack on Titan and or Shingeki no Kyojin. Probably butchered that.
Or Advancing Giants.
Yeah, Advancing Giants, which is what that's directly translated to. Fun fact.
And I've noticed a common hair color for characters, for OCs, is white. Why? I don't know. I don't know if they're going for, well, my character has bright blonde hair. Well, then give it a yellowish tint, not just, it's white.
Yeah. Unless they are decrepitly old. And for some reason, fighting titans being decrepitly old, they're not really going to have white hair.
Mm-mm.
They're also not going to have hair down to their ankles. I don't care how much you try to put up and get out of the way hair that is below the middle of your back. You're not going to get it all out of your face. It's going to get in your way. And you're not going to last long. Especially if the hair is just down.
Mm-hmm. And that brings us to hairstyles. And people just piss me off with hairstyles. They really do.
They either make no sense or are entirely like impractical.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's even mentioned in the show that you're not going to have long hair. And if you do, it's going to be pulled up. Like
Sasha's or Annie's.
Yeah. Well, Annie doesn't have long hair. Hers is short. It just...
Well, even then, she puts it back because it's a hassle. Her bangs are kind of in her face, though.
Yeah.
That annoys me.
Yeah. But then she ended up joining the military police, so it doesn't really...
Yeah, and I guess when you can become a giant-ass titan, it doesn't bother you as much.
No.
But putting the character's hair in their face is asking for death. Mm-hmm. Or complications, at the very least.
I noticed a lot of people, even though this isn't a problem, doing ponytails. There are a lot of different things you can do with hair than just ponytails.
Yeah, it's like they're copying Sasha in that respect. Because, I mean, I know it's not exactly, only Sasha has a ponytail, but she kind of does, doesn't she?
A lot of the other characters, it's either in a bun or pigtails or a braid.
Yeah, like that one girl had pigtails, didn't she, in the front?
Mina.
Yeah, her. I always forget her name. Yeah, like there are
she wasn't there long.
Yeah, probably why I forgot her. There are so many other things that you can do with hair. You can do high buns, you can do low buns, you can do double buns, hell. You can, well, no, Sailor Moon hair wouldn't work. That joke was ineffective. You can do twin-tail braids. I don't care. Just get it out of their face. Their fashion choices of not my interest. But putting it in your face is asking for death. You could...
And if your character has long hair, doing the low pigtails, not an option because your hair's still in the way.
Yeah. What'd you say that one girl's name was? Mary?
Mina.
No, Mina.
Yeah, hers were actually still... Her hair was fairly long, and it was the low pigtails, too, so...
Yeah.
And she ended up dying, but not because of her hair.
Yeah.
Her 3D gear malfunctioned.
Yeah. Poor thing. I still don't suspect she would get very far.
No.
If she hadn't died because of her 3D gear. But even then, her hair was still relatively short, but even then she pulled it back.
Mm-hmm.
Even the characters with short hair pull it back. And Mikasa had long hair. She chopped it off.
After Aaron told her, hey, you're gonna die if you don't.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea. So... It's probably not the best idea for your character to have hair of such long a length. Excuse me. I'm gonna burp soon. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna apologize in advance.
You're also not gonna get a lot of hairstyles that the bangs are in their face.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Again, you could go with the whole Annie's or kind of in her face.
Or Mikasa's are in her face, or...
I don't know. Mikasa's, I always saw, like, it looked like she had a wall of hair in front of her eyes, but then, like, cut out eye holes. That's what it always looked like to me. She still got that one piece. But she only has that one piece. She doesn't have a giant block of hair.
Yeah.
Off to, like, the one I see the most is, like, it's off to the side. It's covering one eye almost completely. That's what I usually see. Which, I mean, it doesn't look right. It just doesn't.
Mm-mm.
It's not going to be very effective. It's going to mess with the character.
And if you notice, a lot of the girls outside of the 104th Training Squad...
Yes.
Their bangs don't even come close to even near their eye. Like, there's Hitch. Her bangs... Kinda.
But they're like above her eye.
Yeah, they're like right above her eye. They don't cover them anyway. Rico, hers don't cover. No, I find a good picture of Rico.
As far as I can remember, Annie's is the only one that would cause problems.
And Chris does too, because hers are in her face a lot.
And her hair is, like, just long enough to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't see her too awful much.
No.
Like, actual combat and whatnot.
No, because everybody else just seems to take care of everything for her.
Yeah, she's like the little princess of everyone. And we're going to try not to spoil anything from the anime. Everything we're going to go off of is based on the anime. We're not going to talk about anything revealed in
the manga.
In the manga, yeah, because since RPCs are edited from screenshots of the show, we can be safe to assume that that's the knowledge that is presented in the anime is all that people know, unless they've seen spoilers on the internet. But we're going to assume that people only have the knowledge presented in the show. Just to play it safe. Because we'd hate for someone to be listening and be like, oh, what? I didn't know X did Y with the thing. And, yeah. That wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's next?
Did we cover everything with the hair? I think we covered everything.
Bangs.
Well, we covered girls. Boys. We should cover boys.
A lot of them have Aaron's hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
They just straight up copied it.
And I noticed a lot of people that have the boy characters, they're usually rip-offs of characters in other animes. Because I've seen 2 so far that have taken the little short white-haired dude's hair from Bleach. Bleach.
That's adorable. Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, there's 2 SNK RPCs, mainly on DA, that have that character's hairstyle. I mean, and they didn't even try to change it. It's exact copy.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a few of them. Most of them I haven't been able to place, but it's like, oh hey, that looks really familiar. I think I've seen it on this character that's in my head, but then I don't know what it's from. But yes, there's very iconic hairstyles that people just steal from other animes and throw on their characters, and there's generic hairstyles.
Like I saw one RPC earlier that their hairstyle, down to every little last detail, was copied from another character in SNK.
Really?
And he eventually dies in the series, but that's no excuse to
steal a hairstyle.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think of his name now. Hold on.
See, he dies, so it's kind of hard to remember. But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to take something from the show like that.
Mm-mm.
And oh, I had a thought. Where did it go? Anyway, yeah, just it's ridiculous just to take a hairstyle. That is obviously not.
It was the neck guy. Him.
Knack was the character with slick back black hair.
Mm-hmm.
He was white, of course. Knack.
He was part of the 104th trainee squad.
Knack Tius. Tius.
You can see him talking to Gene at one point, and he was part of, and you can see him during the Battle of Tross quite a bit.
So even though he died, he was a part of the plot. He wasn't just a throwaway character. That would be like someone copying Petra's hair color, or not color, style.
Which, no offense, but Petra's hairstyle is not very original. There's many other characters in the series that have it.
True, but I meant like copying it to a T.
Yeah.
That would be uncalled for. I believe that's all with hair.
Also with a lot of the men's, they have an undercut. You're gonna see that a lot with characters, so if you give your character that, don't think you're being unoriginal. Just, there's a lot of characters in it. There's Gene, Levi,
Erwin.
Erwin.
His just isn't scruffy. His is very neat and kept.
There's a few background characters that have it.
And it's a common military hairstyle.
Yeah, you see
in
a lot of
Japan, I think.
And even in America, you see it.
I don't know. In America, I always see, like, shaven head. Just bald. Yeah. It's easier that way.
And then the weird guy that kept on biting his tongue, he had it, too.
He did. I didn't like the way it looked.
And there's even a few female characters that had it. That's because they went too short with his. His face is too long.
Ah.
But there's also a few female characters that have the undercut, too. So don't be afraid to give your female character it.
Just don't do the weird,
and don't
like shave half the head thing. That's odd.
That's more
stylized. That's more for
stylized
style.
And modern is what I want to go with.
Yeah, definitely very modern. Because it's not like, oh, back in 1806, people were cutting their hair that way. Like, no, it's not the case.
Mm-mm. And I want to mention something. There's a lot of controversy over whether Connie's hair is shaved. It's not. He's not completely bald because Keith, he's bald. That is shiny bald.
Yes.
Where Connie is more of a
Pixis is bald.
Connie, he is.
It's like really, really short.
Yeah, it's more of a.
Are they called crew cuts? I think. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. It's like if you rubbed your hand on his head, it would be really soft. Like his hair would be like what, an inch thick?
I want to say it's a fade, because that's what my brother usually gets. He's not bald, but he still has hair. It's
like the color's still there.
yeah, and I think they call that a fade.
Very possibly. But yeah, I wouldn't call him bald just because like even the color is there. It's not like Pixis or however you say his name, or Keith, where absolutely no hair is present. There is something there. I believe we've
And a lot of the guys don't have bangs. Theirs are more either the slick back or the parted.
like down the middle. Not many of them have stylized bangs.
Unless they're the younger characters.
Yeah, and even then, like, they usually don't last long.
No.
Like, look at the two main characters, like, other than the main characters, that have stayed in the series. Like, Hans, his hair was real short, the one who retrieved Aaron and Mikasa from the house when it fell on their mother. Who was I thinking of? Reiner and Bertolt, their hair is very short, and it's not really stylized. Reiner's is so short, I wouldn't even say he has bangs. It's just kind of...
No, they kind of give him the illusion of bangs, but they... At the same time,
they don't.
Yeah. Because he still has the part in the middle. His parts, you can tell he has a part.
Yeah, but like the hair that's coming off of it's so short.
Unlike Thomas's hair, where it's short like Rainer's, but he doesn't have a part.
Yeah, his is like more straight across, no breakage in it.
Or Marco's hair. His hair is really short, but it still has the part. He has a pronounced part.
Yes. That's the subtle difference.
And Bart told he has weird hair.
He does have weird hair.
It's like short and long all at the same time.
Yeah, and then like he has bangs, but they're weird.
Like the middle, it's long, and then you get just shorter as you're going towards the ears, and well, it's short and then longer as you're going towards the ears. It's weird. It's really weird. You're gonna have to look it up.
It's definitely not something I would just throw on my head one day. Maybe he cuts his own hair. Maybe that's why he looks like a nerd.
I guess that's about it with the hairstyles.
Yeah, I mean, be sensible about it. Don't, unless your character is going to die, like set in stone. There's no going to be some weird voodoo reincarnation or zombie bring back to life crap.
That does not exist in this.
Which isn't even a thing. I guess if your character's gonna die and you want them to have long hair, kill them with their hair. Have somebody grab them by the hair and just toss them around like a rag doll. Make it interesting.
Make it interesting.
Otherwise, don't do it. It's just a bad idea.
And like, if your character is not in the military, yeah, long hair, it's possible.
Yeah, like if they're like a mom or
just a civilian,
yeah.
It's okay to give them long hair. But most people don't make civilians. It's always military, so
yeah.
I don't even know why I even pointed that out.
It doesn't hurt to say it. But yeah, you're right. Nobody just makes like, oh, my character's a stay-at-home. I don't know why I turned Irish for a second. My character's a stay-at-home mom. Her specialty is baking bread. You know what the best bread she makes? Banana bread. Like, that's not a character that someone's gonna make. And if it is, it's just like the mom of their main character.
Mm-hmm.
That's just... I don't know, I kind of want to see Bread Mom now. Unfortunately, she probably will never come to fruition. Anybody want to make Bread Mom? Come on, guys.
Please bank her.
Bread Mom.
Somebody.
Remember, banana bread. It's a specialty. But you can never find bananas.
And if you make her, please put a link in the comments of the video so we can see her.
Enjoy it. Anyway, getting off of Bread Mom.
Let's talk about their uniforms and clothing.
Yes, that would be a good thing to start with.
I've seen a lot of people have their characters modify the uniforms. They would kick your ass out of the military for doing that.
Yes, and we don't mean like the undershirts, because the undershirts are typically all different. Like Annie has a hoodie, Aaron has this weird raggedy thing going on.
A lot of them wear the button-up shirt, the white button-up shirt.
Yeah, and like even Levi kind of customizes his with that neckerchief napkin-looking thing.
Yeah.
Looks like he's always ready for dinner.
But what you'll see a lot of the time is the white button-up shirt.
Yeah.
And a lot of the females wear the white button-up shirt, whereas the males usually goes towards just a t-shirt underneath.
Yeah. But either way, it's not flashy, it's not outstanding in any way. It's just something to wear under the jacket to cover your chest.
You're not going to see a bunch of ruffles or...
Yeah. You're not going to be wearing like a blouse, a nice Sunday evening blouse. You're not going to wear that under your military gear.
Yeah. What was I looking up?
I don't know. I
don't
can't
know
read your
either.
mind.
Why not? You're
I'm
making
not-
something so much easier.
I'm not in that stage of development, man.
Sorry.
But yeah, like that's fine. Just making it to where like, oh well, they wear I don't know, a pale blue shirt. That's like not.
Yeah, you're not going to see a bunch of bright colors.
Yeah, you're not gonna see like fire engine red. I can see like a navy blue, but even that's a little much. Depending
Here,
on
let
how
me
dark
find
you go.
I want to find a screenshot from their trainee squad.
I can see green. I can see green being
Like an olive green, though.
yeah. And if you put them in the Survey Corps, Scout Legion, whatever it was called in the version that you watched, I can see that being kind of weird looking with their cape things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pick the color wisely, and don't. So many girls wear the hoodie because they want the character to be like Annie, so they put them in a hoodie all of the time. So people can copy the color.
Mm-hmm. I've also seen a lot of people, they change out their undershirt a lot. One minute you'll see them in a button-up shirt, the next will be a hoodie, the next will be just a t-shirt. I think some of that's going by what they're edited in. But then when you see drawings, it's like, what is their undershirt? You don't see the characters changing their undershirt every other day. It's going to be the same throughout the whole series, unless there's like a time gap.
Of some
time
sort.
skip, yeah.
Yeah, like you said, the most common thing I've seen is for both males and females are the like button up with a collar, a flipped collar shirt. Because Sasha has it, Jean has it.
And most of their shirts are long sleeve. You don't really find a lot of short sleeve shirts underneath their jackets.
Yeah, I think
Mainly because that would get really uncomfortable.
yeah, I think that would feel really awkward after a while. And can you imagine if like the sleeves got bunched up?
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, well, now this is uncomfortable. Better kill this Titan. Like it could be distracting. Let's see. A tank top would be a little weird in my opinion.
And V-neck shirts, too.
Yeah, that's...
I see a lot of girls RPCs with it, just a V-neck, and not only is that really impractical,
Look
but
at my
it's
boobs. That's all they're saying.
but it would get uncomfortable after a while because that strap that's right over there is right across their chest,
Yeah.
right across the girl's chest. So
And
it's gonna start rubbing.
Yeah, and every female character that shows cleavage has a lot of it. It's not they're not like A cups. They're like triple Fs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which also doesn't make any sense, but because you don't just find someone with triple F boobs walking around.
No.
That's not a thing that you just see every day. If any of you have that, I'm sorry. Have fun with those.
That must be very unfortunate for you. No, really, that'd get uncomfortable after a while.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to handle triple Fs. I'd hurt people.
Might have to get a reduction done.
Can I donate my boobs? I don't want them anymore. I would donate.
Getting off subject. But what I've noticed, a lot of the girls that wear the button-up shirt, they got another shirt underneath it.
Yes.
So you're not just gonna see them in their bra underneath that.
Exactly. They've got a layer or two on.
Mm-hmm. Which would also serve as better protection from that strap.
And probably support.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed the girls, they don't wear bras. It's like a sports bra or a training bra.
Yeah, it's not like your typical modern day bra of any sort.
No.
I think, think about it. When you're gonna go run on the treadmill, I personally wouldn't want to be wearing a normal bra.
No.
Because mine have underwire, and that just wouldn't be comfortable with the jiggly movement. Now, sports bra, everything's pretty much gonna stay in place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in, not fan art, but official art and whatnot, it's been shown that Mikasa is a relatively good-sized girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she's wearing, training bras and such.
Yeah.
So it would go to stand that it's usually the typical thing that they wear. Or at least something like it. Something to restrain everything.
Because they're gonna wear a bra.
Of some sort. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, that would hurt. Can you imagine, getting catapulted somewhere? We would just fly off. Goodbye! I'll miss you.
And they don't have, skin tight clothes.
Yeah.
Your shirts are not gonna be clinging to your body. They're fairly loose to make you more comfortable. Especially because you already have those straps pressing into your skin. You don't need a super tight shirt on.
Yeah, you don't want to leave battle, if you make it out, you don't want to leave battle with a giant red mark on you from your strap.
Mm-mm. A lot of time, the shirt that they wear underneath usually carries over into their casual outfit.
Usually, yes.
Mm-hmm. Every now and then it will be different. Like Annie, her casual is, she still has her hoodie on. A lot of them still wear their same, if they wear a button-up shirt, they're still going to wear that underneath their casual.
Yeah, Aaron's shirt is
Aaron's shirt changes, actually.
But it's the same basic,
yeah, it's still the basic
long
design.
sleeve t-shirt type.
It still has that dip in the middle right there with the straps and stuff.
Yeah, where it looks like you cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird.
But if you notice, Armin and Mikasa, Marco, Thomas, Jean, they still all wear their same button-up shirt.
Yeah, and even if it's not the exact same shirt, it's the same kind of shirt.
So you're not gonna have a character that wears a hoodie underneath their uniform, but then it's gonna wear a nice button-up shirt and casual. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So that's another thing that just really shouldn't be done.
And another thing with casual, you gotta be realistic. I mean, you're not gonna have a bunch of hipsters and goths running around. It's villager type.
Yeah, like almost new settlers looking.
And most of the girls wear skirts. Mikasa, you wouldn't expect it, wears a skirt.
She does.
Mina wore Mina wore pants.
That's
shocking. Yeah.
Didn't Annie wear pants? I have a feeling.
Yeah, Annie wore pants.
But I don't see her.
She dressed more of the guys style though.
Yeah.
She had the vest and all that and
whatnot. But yeah, like even Mikasa, the supposed badass she is,
wore a skirt.
Exactly. So your character shouldn't be above it either.
Yeah, just because they're in the Scouting Legion doesn't mean they're gonna, or even in the military doesn't mean they're gonna wear pants. Yeah. If I was in a uniform all the time, I'd probably wear a skirt outside of it. Just
to get out of the pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not super practical.
Krista wears a skirt, but that's expected with her. Sasha, I don't know, you never see her. She wears a skirt too. She wears actually like a dress type thing.
Yeah, I can see Sasha wearing a dress.
Ymir wears pants.
Because she's a lesbian. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's a lesbian. Cough.
I noticed a lot of the guys that were in the military, a lot of their casual are the same. Like, I'm looking at screenshots right now, and there are, let's see, there are 4 different guys wearing the same exact outfit as Eren. It's just different colors. And then there's 2 guys in the same screenshot that's wearing the same outfit. One guy, his shirt's just longer. And then there's 2 other guys in the screenshot that were wearing the same outfit, just different colors.
Wow. You are correct.
And usually if the shirt's long, there's a belt in the middle. There's a belt.
Yeah, something to like pin it down.
Actually, let me take that. There's 3 guys wearing the same outfit. Armin, Thomas, and I don't know this other guy's name. They're all wearing the same outfit, just different colors. Mina and Hannah wore the same outfit, just different colors. But yeah, there's not a lot to choose from, clothes-wise.
There's really not.
So you're not going to see somebody, especially if they're from Wal Maria or one of those, walking around in some fancy lacy outfit.
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of people putting their characters in.
And I see a lot of the time that the characters are from the same area as Eren and Armin and whatnot. And that didn't exactly look like a rich town. Looked about middle class, maybe poor.
Yeah, they were borderline poor.
Yeah, so I don't think they'd be wearing the roughly fancy stuff either.
And I want to point out something. When you are drawing or editing your character, when they're a trainee, they don't wear the 3D gear and all those straps. It's the jacket, an undershirt, pants, a belt, and the boots.
Yep.
The only time you're going to wear the straps and the 3D gear is when you're training in it.
Yep. You don't get them until you graduate.
Those are not yours until you graduate.
And even then, there's one...
In the military police, they have the straps. They don't have 3D gear.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. They don't actually wear the 3D gear because they're more like...
They carry guns.
Yeah, they're more like the police that we more know of. The kind that keep the peace between people instead of between people and titans. The other 2 are the ones that are truly prepared to attack titans if necessary. Those, I think how do you say it again? It starts with a G?
Garrison.
The garrison would be more evacuating citizens.
They protect the walls. That is their main job, is to protecting the walls.
Oh, so like they work with the cannons and such on the walls?
They work with the cannons.
See, they don't attack them directly. They like protecting the people.
When Wall Maria fell, you see a lot of garrison.
Walmart fell.
You see a lot of garrison compared to the Scouting Legion, because one, they're already there.
Yeah.
And two, they're trying to get everybody inside the walls and protected, and you see a lot of them with the cannons, and especially when the Armor Titan appears.
Exactly. They aren't directly attacking the Titans. Wow. Alright, ignore that speech.
And after Walmaria falls, and there's that part where, after Aaron wakes up and they're getting food, it's the garrison that's handing out the food. You don't see any Scouting Legion out there handing out food or anything. It's the garrison.
Yeah, they've got a bit more important job to be doing. I'm gonna go give these orphans some food. I don't feel like fighting Titans today. Like, no, that's not what they do.
Another thing with modifying the uniforms, I've noticed a lot of people put in like ribbons and stuff on the jackets, and put in just tying random cloths around the top of their sleeves and stuff. No.
You're not supposed to do that.
Or people that push up the sleeves on the jackets. One, that's going to get uncomfortable really quick.
Yeah, because aren't those jackets to me look like they're made of like a leather type material? And leather doesn't feel good when you push it up. It feels weird.
I've seen people change the collar on it. There's one RPC that at first I thought that this was part of their undershirt, but no, it's they put fur on the collar of their jacket.
Fur?
Fur.
Why?
I don't know.
That would get tickly.
That's all you can think of.
It would tickle your neck. Like, I'm gonna kill this Titan, but quick, got an itch. Because my fuzzy fucking jacket tickling the nape of my neck. Can you imagine if that like got like soaked in blood? I mean, I know Titan blood evaporates, but like, what if you got covered in Friend's blood? You would never get that out.
No.
It's not like they have washing machines. I'm sure they have the fucking
going down to the river.
Yeah, like, and scraping it against a rock.
Wash bins and washboards. They're gonna have more stuff like that instead of...
Yeah, washboards. That's what I was thinking of. Those make a horrid sound. Not fun. Might as well be using rocks. But yeah, modifications like that, just, it wouldn't be allowed.
I've even seen people that don't even have their characters wearing the jacket at all, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah, like, how are we supposed to know who you're with?
And plus, that's a big part of your uniform. They're just not going to be like, oh yeah, you don't have to wear your jacket.
Yeah.
We don't care. No, they're going to care.
Yeah, and there is no exception, like, I'm Erwin's daughter. The rules don't apply to me. Like, no. No, you would wear it. They would probably make you wear it even more if your character was that closely related to someone important.
Mm-hmm.
But no, unless you've got, or not like you, but like your character's got a huge gash on their arm that's gone through the jacket and through whatever shirt they were wearing, and then they have a cloth of some sort on their arm temporarily, you shouldn't modify the uniform that way.
Mm-mm.
It wouldn't be allowed.
See, like, I just found this one RPC. She's in the garrison. She's wearing a blue turtleneck. Don't have a problem with that. It's actually pretty cute. But it stops at her belly button.
Yeah, that's unprofessional, even.
Mm-hmm. And she has the sleeves pushed up on her jacket. You are basically a representative for the people. You are there to protect the people on the walls, so I doubt they're going to let you wear something like that. That's a bad image.
It's highly doubtful that would be allowed.
Mm-hmm. I've seen people, they've changed the color of the sashes here.
Really?
Yep. That they wear around their waist to help protect their hips from the 3D gear.
Yes.
Yeah, people have been changing the color of those.
Which is also ridiculous, because there is a reason it's there, or there's a reason it's a certain color.
Yeah, it's part of a uniform. You just can't change something like that.
Yeah, it's not right, people.
Mm-mm.
That would be like changing the color of a military uniform. Like, I don't mean like, you know, in the show. I mean, in your respective country, the uniform that your people wear. That would be like, oh, I'm just gonna throw a sash on, or I'm gonna change the color of my hat, or something. That would it wouldn't be allowed.
No. Another thing. I can see why people do it, but putting gloves on your character. Depending on the fabric of the gloves, your swords are just gonna go falling right out of your hand. Like,
yeah. I mean, I guess leather wouldn't be too awful bad.
But I see a lot of people, they're just cloth gloves. They're...
Yeah, that would...
like you'd wear during the winter time.
Yeah, that would be... I can't think of the word, but that would have more of a negative effect than a positive effect.
Mm-hmm.
We can understand the whole, you know, oh, well, if you're holding a sword all the time, your hand's gonna get sore, and they might chafe, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody else is fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't see one canon character wearing gloves.
Because apparently it's not a problem.
But there are tons of OCs that wear gloves.
Yep.
And the one thing I don't understand is the fingerless gloves. Because what is that protecting?
Nothing.
The palm of your hand? Where the sword doesn't really sit?
Yeah.
It sits, but it doesn't really move.
Yeah, your fingers are what is moving the sword.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the angles and such. Trying to think of other things. Scarves. Just plain scarves. Not per se like Levi's. I would call his more of a a neckerchief. But I'm talking like a long scarf.
Like Mikasa's?
Yes, but more sticking out.
Yeah,
Like
it kind of makes me
flailing
mad.
in the wind.
Yeah, it kind of makes me mad when I see characters doing the scarf, because that's supposed to be significant to Mikasa's character.
Yeah, it has a part with her story.
Yeah, it's very important actually, and then you see a bunch of people just
Copying it.
just because it looks cool, and that's not cool.
Or like if it's like Mikasa's is at least tucked away. Every now and then it comes free, but
Hers is mainly underneath her jacket a lot. It's the long pieces not in the way, really.
yeah, it's not just flowing out there. I have seen a few where it's just out there for everyone to see, and for any Titan or Titan shifter to grab and swing you around like a yo-yo.
I found a new toy.
We know it can happen. Annie did that to someone.
And she grabbed them by the
gear.
their wires on their gear and
Just walked and spun.
yeah, just spun them around like they were nothing.
Yep. So that would be a danger.
And then slammed them to the ground.
And I guess technically, you could do that with hair as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be as easy to spin, but you totally could.
Oh, you can totally spin that.
I don't know. Well, now that I think about it, it might scalp them. Which is also incredibly painful.
Either way, your character's gonna die.
Yeah, that just doesn't need to happen. The long, flowing anything just doesn't need to happen. He'll die. What is that? What's going on?
That's somebody's character.
What? They forgot to color in the belt on their chest. Is that Liam Neeson? Looks like Liam Neeson.
I don't know, but it looks like they got a real life person and just photoshopped the face into
It does. And what does that say? Too lazy to something? Like, hidden in the image? Oh, man.
Sorry.
That's great. I want Liam Neeson to be a Titan shifter. Yeah, Photoshop. I think that Neil Patrick Harris to be in the Scout Legion. Photoshop.
I think that covers clothing and modifying uniforms.
Yes.
I think you get the drift.
Just don't do it.
Yeah. Just be realistic.
So what's next?
That says you lazy demon.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, because that's her name.
Oh, it's a watermark.
Stupid.
Oh well. Still, I saw the word lazy and I was like, yeah, Photoshop's lazy. Anywho.
I think that covers appearances and stuff like that. Let's go to backstories.
Yeah, they're typically bad. You guys don't tend to do a great job at backstories.
See, now we're done with appearances. I'm actually gonna pause this one and make another video because we're at like 51 minutes. So,
all right.
Catch the rest in part 2, and there might be a part 3 depending on what we don't cover in part 2.
Depending on how much we have to rage about the rest of it.
Yeah.
We will see you all in the next one.